Yo. Excuse me.
Yeah, what's
Do you
up?
have internship for this summer?
Oh, I'm listening to Hype Boy by New Jeans.
Hi, what? What? No, I'm talking about your internship. You have an
Oh.
internship for this summer.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Where are you working?
BCG.
At BCG?
Yeah.
Consulting?
Yeah.
By chance, you have a minute to talk about your internship experience, like advice for people who want to break into BCG?
Uh,
I'll walk with you going to class right now.
yeah, I mean, I think I have some time to spare.
Where you to school? What's your major? And where you be working this summer?
Well, I just graduated about a month ago at UCLA. I majored in business economics, and I'm an incoming full-time associate at Boston Consulting Group.
So a lot of students want to break into BCG, but what do you think was the one thing that students need to stop doing if they want to land that dream BCG gig?
Is trying to fit a mold. A lot of the times, many students think that these firms are looking for the perfect consultant on paper, but at the end of the day, I think a lot of them are looking for someone that's unique, and you already are unique, so just show the best sides of yourself.
And one of the biggest parts of landing that BCG gig is the case interview. So what is your biggest tip to ace the case interview?
Is structure. So every time you brainstorm, every time you give a framework, make sure that it has that structure. Even things that you traditionally would not think would have structure, like math, make sure that also has something that's very easy for the interviewer to follow.
So structure is one of the most underrated things to make a great case. But what do you think is the one skill that you should master if you want to become a great caser?
The skill you should master is being comfortable with the unknown, being given prompts that maybe are pretty untraditional. And at a certain point, if you've practiced enough, you'll have seen enough of them to realize that no matter what's thrown at you, you're able to come up with a cohesive and clear answer. So that is my sort of take on when you think you're ready for a full-on case interview, is when you're confident that no matter what question they give you, you're able to come up with an answer that makes sense for the client.
And especially with AI, there's so many resources you can use to become a great caser. But what do you think is the most overrated resource you hear online though that just simply doesn't help as much?
Great question. I would say case in point, because a lot of the frameworks are very rigid.
So you probably know what a great caser looks like. But what do you think separates a good caser from a great caser?
Driving those deeper level insights. Don't just say the number. Say the number and explain why it matters. Tie it back to the prompt and explain what steps you should take based on the information that you've found or have been given.
And what is the one thing that nobody tells you about in recruiting for the MBBs?
Definitely think about what location you want to work at post-grad. It's definitely not something you have to think about in the beginning of your college career, but something you should think about near the end of it. I go to UCLA, but I recruited for the Chicago office for BCG because that's where I'm from. Definitely do your due diligence in understanding what makes that office special, and talk to a few consultants that are at that office so you get a better feel